Men, we really don't get the credit that we deserve. Let me just say that out loud. Men don't get the credit that they deserve. We sacrifice so much of our lives. And for so many men that I speak with, a lot of what they say is women never stop. The women in their life become more entitled, and they never stop telling a man what they need to be fulfilled or what they need for them to do to continue to make sure that the relationship stays good. That's the question that I want to ask you guys today because I ran into a woman. I got out really early this morning, and so I woke up at about 5:30 because Sundays I don't have to live stream, but I woke up at about 5:30 and I did some work and then I got out into the streets and I went to my favorite breakfast place. So I'm working on my computer and I'm having breakfast and a couple introduced themselves to me. And actually it was the guy that recognized me, but he was with his girl. I don't think she was his wife, but he was with his girl. And she was a little bit older of a woman. She was probably in her mid to late 40s. And he was explaining to her, oh, this is Anton Daniels. I love his stuff. But they always like to preface it like, but you just gonna have to hear him out. Hear him out when you listen to him. And then the woman says this every single time. Every single time the woman says this, y'all. They say, oh, okay. I can't wait to listen to him. But one thing about it is I hope he's nothing like Kevin Samuels. I cannot tell you how many times that a man has introduced me to a woman and he's trying to tiptoe around explaining to her how I communicate, what my communication style is, and the type of content that I put out. I realized today two things. The first thing that I realized is that there are a lot of men that are under duress in relationships. They're holding on for dear life to their relationship while trying to teach an old dog new tricks. They are holding on for dear life while trying to teach an old dog new tricks. And it don't matter how old they are. They could be 25, they could be 40, they could be 50, they could be 60. Men, the reason why a lot of these guys rock with me, come on, fellas. I know some of y'all that I met this morning. Y'all listening to me. I'm going to communicate to you, through you, to your wife, to your girlfriend, to the chick that's your baby mama, to the woman that you're trying to get on board. There are so many of you guys that for your entire lives, for your entire relationship, for the entirety of the age of whatever your oldest child is, you've been enduring because that woman just refused for everything that they've ever been involved in. Get on board. I get it. There's a lot of you guys from a political perspective. You don't want to leave the Democrat plantation not because you don't see the light, but because you can't get close enough to it without that woman that you're sitting next to snatching you by your collar and bringing you on back to the plantation. No, you don't leave this plantation. Massa, love us over here. I don't want you to become conservative Republican, even though we live our lives conservative. Well, do you not? You want to pay more taxes, or you want to? Oh no, I want to lower my taxes. You want better jobs and no, yeah, I want better jobs and better school. You want smaller government? Absolutely. The government is too big as it is. They taking too much of our taxes. You like illegal migrants over here? No, heck no. They need to get from over here. You believe in men and women's sports? Absolutely not. It disgusts me. So you a Republican? No, no. I'm a Democrat. And my husband is a Democrat too. I'm telling you, I hear it every single day. So you believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion? No, because I had to work my way up to the top. I got my money out the mud. So why are you a Democrat? Because we black. because we black. And so a lot of it, and then I look over at the guy and he be like this. So I realize that a lot of y'all are living vicariously through me because even though you can't say it in your community, even though you can't speak it in your household, even though you have to be quiet on your jobs, you get it. You get it. It's just hard to teach an old dog new tricks. Hard to teach an old dog new tricks. And so this black woman, she was very nice. And I'll tell you, we were having a conversation. I was on my way out of the restaurant, stopped by to shake his hand, shake her hand, and then we wind up talking for about 20 minutes. And one of the things I realize is that women only want to hear you when you say it a certain way to them. And even then, they want you to feel like it's right. Even when you give a woman some insight, you gotta give it to her and help her to think, make her think that it was her idea that she came up with. So you gotta hit her with words like, yeah, so you get it. Oh, you was already thinking that. I just so happen to be the one to bring it out of you. You gotta say stuff like that. We tired. We tired. We tired. We're very tired. We're tired. And I told her at the end of the conversation, I said, listen, think about it like this. And I'm very cool in person. Like, I'm gonna give you the energy that you give me back. So she was a very nice woman, and so I was very nice back to her. And so I just broke it down like this. I said, think about it like this, ma'am. I said, we're freer than we ever have been in our entire life. She said, that's true. I said, we don't have anything preventing us or holding us back. Absolutely. I said, you worked very hard. I worked very hard. I'm about to go into the studio right now. She said, yeah, yeah, yeah. I said, with us as a culture, as a society, being freer than we ever have before, having the freedom to choose for ourselves, we're worse off than we ever been. Why is that? Stomped her. She had no words. I said, we were better off when we faced real racism, when everything was segregated, when we wasn't able to. I said, when we didn't have no options, all we had was each other. Nobody was able to divest themselves against their family. Nobody was able to break up their household. Nobody was able to leave. We stuck together. We made it work. We put things together when we had nothing. Our ingenuity, all of those things. I said, the freer we got, the more we got women doing what they want to do when they want to do it, the worse off it's ever been. I said, you'd be hard pressed to find a woman above the age of 30 years old that do not already have a child and multiple different baby daddies. That's true. That's true. Then she says this, you say it a little bit different than Kev. I don't even tell him that we was friends. I don't even tell him that I spoke at his funeral no more. I don't even say nothing. I just keep it moving. The math just ain't mathing. It's not mathing. I may say things that you feel is controversial, but it's just that you just been so programmed to be PC, politically correct, that it sounds like I'm saying something crazy. I'm not saying anything different than what they said in the 90s. Liberals, men, women. I'm not saying anything different than what they said in the 80s and they said in the 70s, that they said in the 60s. It just sounds so groundbreaking because it's just so crazy that we would think that we had gender roles or that we needed to go to school and get ourselves together or that we need to keep our families together. Or maybe women don't need to be doing some of the same jobs as men, but they need to be barefoot and pregnant. Is that crazy that I believe that women need to be barefoot and pregnant? Is that so insane that women need to be barefoot and pregnant? What's wrong with being, y'all like putting on big shoes and big steel toe boots? You like steel toes? You don't like to be barefoot? You don't like kids no more? I seen women against women having kids. I see women against women having kids. It's crazy. It's crazy. You don't like traditional roles. You want to do what you want to do when you want to do it. And then when we say, okay, well, cool, you go and do what you want to do, you just lose our protection. Oh my God, I can't believe y'all don't protect women no more. Well, you not a woman, you a man. You're not a woman. You me. You don't even believe in gender role. You say everything is fluent. You pansexual. You attracted to energy now. You didn't even know that energy was attractive. You just like me. You Simone Biles. Nah, I ain't gonna go there yet. I'll get there shortly. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. We got a heck of a show. We got a heck of a show today, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So, first thing that I want to do is I want to acknowledge the people that always support the platform. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. That's where the bag chasers reside. When you tap into the Patreon, all right, I need y'all to understand that the link to the Discord is in the recent description of any of the most recent videos, okay? So that's an extension of it where we have continuous conversations about things, and there's different threads inside of the Discord. If you're not familiar with it, try it out. You'll get to know it. But we continue the conversations with our friends and family over in the Discord. That link is in the description. The video, the most recent videos inside of the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Thank you, Mike, that dude, for holding me down on Cash App. I appreciate you, big dog. Victor Williams says, good morning. Shout out to me. Shout out to you, Vic. I appreciate you, big dog. Melkor says, baby mama is the most disgusting term have ever heard. And what is up with blacks calling their girls bro? Seriously, I'm just asking. I don't know. That's just the way that they came up with it. Same way that you said asking. Instead of saying asking. Asking. It's the same thing, Mel. I guess we all got to change the way we communicate. P. Shank says, good morning, Anton. Will you give me a happy girl? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear P. Shank. Happy birthday to you. Shout out to my girl, P. Shank. Happy birthday, and I hope you have a blessed birthday. Jerry says, can't wait to see y'all at the meetup. Facts. Can't wait to see my Jerry. Giovanni says, what up, though? I appreciate you for the super chat, Giovanni. Enos Luby in the building. Room 9 says news. Simone Biles supports men and women's sports. Yes, we are going to address it. I promise you. We're going to slow cook today. I'm going to get y'all through y'all shift. Anybody that's at work, anybody working from home, anybody that's out here in these streets, I'm going to get you through your shift today, all right? Almost 3,000 watching, barely 500 likes. Hit the like button and get the engagement up. Stop being the ninja watchers. You know, I don't even care about that no more. I don't even mention, notice how I don't even mention it no more? I think that people going to do whatever they're going to do, you know? Dion says, good brother, if you need a DJ for your June 28th event in DC, I got you, bro. My contacts are in the bio. I appreciate it. Nope. This is what we doing. We just pulling up. The same way we do to every other meetup. We pulling up. We going on the rooftop. We going to have a good time, and we going to take over the entire city in June, at the end of June. Ray Black says, I moved out of my folks' house into a duplex, living in a one unit and renting the other. I work remotely as an IT engineer and been planning since 2021. Killing it. That sounds like a winning plan. Jamaica says, Wagwan King, much love. When is the next stock club? Well, we got AI, right? So we doing a live stream on AI. Next stock club is next week. All right. This week is AI. Stock club is next week. All right. And then I updated the Patreon with the exact location of where the meetup is at this morning for anybody that needs to get a hotel or is traveling from out of town. So stock club next week. We going into AI. I don't want to say exactly what we going to talk about on AI because, man, I've been testing some stuff. I don't want to show y'all some stuff. I really want to show y'all some stuff. And I want to tell y'all what the new jobs are going to be. Yep, I'm going to tell y'all what the new jobs are going to be, all right?